Ever wonder what happens when no one thinks they're being watched? CCTV cameras have a way of capturing the most unbelievable, hilarious, and unexpected moments. From outrageous blunders to moments of pure genius, these clips will leave you stunned. Let's dive into the wild world of they didn't know a camera was watching them. Imagine being woken up by something like this. He must have thought his house was haunted, only to discover it was just a balloon. Looks like another shopping trip is in order after what just happened. Now he understands why riding a motorbike in the rain isn't recommended. He was running late and thought this was a shortcut. Maybe it was, but only to the mechanic. An incredible moment caught on a street CCTV camera. A man casually brings a bench into the middle of the road. But wait until you see what happens next. A delivery driver in a rush to complete his order met an unexpected twist. He slipped right at the doorstep. Talk about an entrance to remember. Before we continue, I want to take a moment to ask for your support. If you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. It truly means the world to us. Your encouragement is what keeps us going and makes everything we do worthwhile. This is a reminder to always close your car doors on busy streets. A small oversight can lead to unexpected and dangerous situations. She had been searching for her sweet cat all over the house, only to find it in the fridge, happily eating.
Hey! What? Get on the fridge! I want to see the roll!
It was a calm evening, and they were chatting about the night before, when suddenly the man's dog appeared. The dog had run away, and although it just wanted to play, they got so scared that they ran into the car. Being a waiter is not as easy as it seems. It requires quick thinking, multitasking, and constantly staying on your feet to provide great service to customers. He called his friend to help him with training, but his friend misunderstood the request. Instead of assisting with the workout, he showed up expecting something completely different. The little cute dog is having fun and cooling off in this way during the hot days. What ingredients did she use for lunch when this happened? In a hurry, we often make the biggest mistakes. Until he saw the security camera footage, he couldn't understand how the chair ended up there. His dog always gets up to mischief, but today it was especially in the mood for it. He had an important business call, but his dogs insisted on pulling him into their playtime. Who do you think will get fired because of this mistake at work? What's your opinion on it? He stepped out for a quick break to get some fresh air, but this happened to him. 1 in a million chance. Delivery drivers often had trouble with these dogs and had to find a way to complete their deliveries while still doing their job, as their owner frequently make orders. She didn't even know she was strong enough to break the glass in her hand. The owners of this dog wanted to know what he does at home while they're at work, and they caught him destroying things.
Oi.
Sometimes, to improve your day, all you need is to ride a few floors in an elevator. He was lucky that these weren't glass bottles or cups. This is what it means to be in the right place at the right time. The man almost fell off the truck, but just as it happened, another person came by in their car and quickly helped him. A split-second action that turned into a lifesaver. Pet owners often install cameras in their homes to keep an eye on their furry friends while at work. However, it seems the pets aren't fans of being monitored. It seems this party is about to have fewer drinks than expected. A little mishap can quickly turn into a dry spell for the festivities. Let's hope they have a backup plan. Whose fault is it here, or are they both equally to blame? He's clearly played too much GTA, as now he drives the car the same way in real life. The end of the work week is here, and he couldn't hide his excitement. He started pulling off hilarious antics, leaving his boss in disbelief at what he was witnessing. Trying to show off in front of a girl didn't go as planned. The irony is, the dogs just want to be her friends. Is this a setup for her to pay for a new cabinet? He spent so many hours gaming that when he finally stood up, he walked like a newborn giraffe. Someone should have told him life doesn't come with a respawn button. He never knew he had this hidden talent. He can do the splits like a professional ballerina. Talk about a surprising skill for someone who never even took a dance class. This food delivery driver earned a huge tip. A strange security camera footage from an elevator. This girl is obsessed with cleanliness, and wherever she goes, she cleans. When she reached the floor, she ended up cleaning the entire elevator. She wasn't used to these new doors. The horse got tired of being ridden, so it came up with this genius idea to put an end to it. If you're ever feeling bored, just head to the gym. It's a place where you'll never run out of interesting moments and funny situations. From unexpected gym fails to unique encounters, there's always something to keep you entertained. It's a beautiful sunny day, and nothing can spoil our mood. He thought people would be fascinated by his car's new exhaust, but instead, they were terrified whenever he drove by. They wondered what their dog was up to while they were away. When they checked the security footage, they couldn't believe their eyes. The dog was cleaning the house. Apparently, their furry friend was more responsible than they were. He came to wash his car, but after finishing, he'll have to head to the mechanic to get the car doors fixed. It seems like the car's clean look came at a price. The domino effect kicks in as everything starts tumbling down from the shelf, one item knocking over the next in perfect chaotic harmony. Luckily, he was on a motorbike because out of nowhere, a bull appeared in the middle of the road. It was a split-second moment where quick reflexes made all the difference. Every time they left the house and came back, chaos awaited them. After setting up cameras, they discovered their little cat was the mastermind behind all the mess, turning the house into her personal playground. It was both hilarious and shocking to see her causing so much trouble when no one was around. Cat always greeted like this, eagerly waiting to get out of the car. It's as if the moment he arrives, the excitement takes over. If you think you're having a bad day at work, just take a look at the show he put on. He managed to turn a simple task into a full-blown disaster. Honestly, it's like watching a comedy show, but the punchline is his job. This cat is on full-on guard duty, watching over its owner like it's her personal bodyguard. People often forget that cameras are always watching, and that's when their true selves come out. It's like a hidden switch flips, and suddenly, they act as if no one's around. The cameras catch every moment of it, leaving them with no way to hide. Many people are afraid of clowns. Are you one of those people? He threw the apple like a pro quarterback, but forgot his wife wasn't the receiver. His punch didn't win the game, but it sure made the wall rethink its career. The parking barrier clearly wanted to play whack-a-mole, and he was the mole. She wanted a peaceful lunch, but the seagull had other plans, starting with snatching her sandwich. With one scooter, 4 girls, and 0 helmets, he redefined multitasking and became the unofficial ambassador of chaos on wheels. In his innocent attempt to back out, the combination of snow, ice, and bad timing sent him gracefully sliding sideways down the street, leaving neighbors gasping and one dog barking at his unapproved winter choreography. In a dramatic twist, his gate didn't just close, it decided to audition for the role of instant fence demolition on reality TV. What started as a casual farm moment turned into a viral masterpiece as her tiny goat froze like a statue, toppled with theatrical flair, and left everyone wondering if it had just invented a new sport: dramatic fainting contests. Under the strain of the flour, the cart rebelled, turning her careful stacking into an instant physical comedy routine. What began as a peaceful vlog spiraled into chaos as he flung himself into the pool after the foam, creating a splash so dramatic that even the water seemed amused by his misadventure. In a moment of pure chaos, the keg explosion turned every patron's laughter into panic dodging as beer rained down, covering the bar like it was celebrating Oktoberfest on steroids. Entering the shop, he didn't expect to be greeted by a four-legged security guard with a bark bigger than its bite. As the delivery guy handed over the box, a passerby sprinted in like it was a relay race and stole the baton mid-handoff. Standing next to the cotton candy machine, she got an unexpected makeover when the wind decided to redecorate her face. On the balcony, the clown figure swayed in the wind like a horror movie prop plotting its next jump scare. By the time the dryer section arrived, the duo was already soaked to the bone, sitting in their open-top vehicle with a mix of disbelief and laughter, looking like extras in the world's weirdest spa commercial. As the chaotic chase unfolded, the dog, the mouse, and the husband became unwitting actors in her drama, with her perched on his shoulders, refusing to descend until the mouse signed a peace treaty or left the premises. Moments later, her colleague appeared, trying not to laugh as she helped pick up the remains of the plant, consoling her by saying, "At least you left a memorable impression on the vase." The crowd on the dock erupted in cheers as she surfaced triumphantly, soaking wet but victorious, proving that sometimes the best delivery system is bikinis, bravery, and a dash of chaos. Cruising confidently down the street, the truck driver didn't notice the loose metal rod playing dominoes with every parked motorcycle in sight. Instead of picking up the bike, he wandered into his building, leaving the neighbors to wonder why a perfectly good motorcycle was lying on the ground like an abandoned pet. Holding the tiniest kitten in her hands, she begged through the intercom camera with the enthusiasm of someone trying to smuggle treasure into a fortress. Standing knee-deep in water, he watched helplessly as his car sank with bubbles and a mocking beep from the alarm, while nearby campers debated whether to laugh, help, or simply record the most unexpected episode of Man vs. Handbrake. The restaurant staff watched in barely contained laughter as he desperately tried to clean the gooey mess, his hands now coated in caramel so thick that he might as well have dipped them into a sundae instead. Walking carefully with 2 cups of steaming coffee in hand, he took one wrong step on the icy sidewalk, and within seconds, both cups flew out of his hands, splattering coffee everywhere while he fell flat on his back. With enthusiasm and smiles, they both charged into the inflatable playground, not realizing that their combined energy was enough to flip it completely over. In the middle of the club, trying to show off, he grabbed the ceiling to do pulleys, not realizing that he was about to push the limits of gravity. The situation escalated when the brother in the truck, still covered by the tables, struggled to free himself, but his effort only made the scene funnier as the sister collapsed on the ground laughing hysterically, and the whole neighborhood gathered to witness the hilarity of what seemed like a failed attempt to play ping pong. As the TV lay shattered on the floor, the cat, clearly enjoying the destruction it had caused, pranced around the room, while the dog, unaffected by the chaos, continued to lounge lazily on the couch, perhaps considering whether to join in or just observe the madness, all while the owners returned to witness the aftermath of their mischievous pets. Just when he thought he was going to make it out of the storage room unscathed, his colleague, a master of pranks, snuck up behind him and scared him so badly that he leaped several feet into the air. As his colleague laughed hysterically and he, red-faced, joined in, realizing that his own fear had turned into a comedy show for everyone nearby. What began as a simple game of pretend turned into a full-blown TV malfunction, with the broomstick becoming the child's new favorite tool, as he continued to beat the screen with enthusiasm, completely oblivious to the fact that he had just rendered the television useless, all while giggling in delight. The entire bar erupted into laughter as the waitress, who had initially been embarrassed by the fall, soon joined in the fun, laughing at herself and the absurdity of the situation, while her two colleagues helped her back onto the stool, ensuring that the night's comedy was only getting started. What was meant to be a private moment of joy turned into an accidental viral sensation as the video of the girl's unexpected dance moves made its way to social media, with thousands of people watching her groove, all while she remained blissfully unaware, continuing to dance in her own world, completely oblivious to the digital audience she had just acquired. As he stood there, surrounded by smashed watermelons and a growing sense of disbelief, his face turned beet red, and with every passing second, his rage only seemed to grow, as he began hurling more melons onto the floor, oblivious to the shocked expressions of onlookers. At first, the girl didn't even realize that the camera on the intercom was capturing her hilarious antics, as she pulled faces and made exaggerated gestures, unaware that her boyfriend was secretly recording the whole performance. Trying to relive the thrill of childhood, the girl decided to race down the beach on her makeshift towel sled, but in a split second, her plan backfired as she flipped over in the soft sand, sending a cloud of dust into the air. Behind the bar, the young bartender attempted to move a heavy keg of beer, but as soon as he lifted it, his hand slipped, sending the keg crashing to the ground with such force that beer exploded in all directions, drenching the entire counter. The moment the door swung open, she was confronted by an unexpected sight. A tiny raccoon, who apparently as surprised as she was, darted toward her, causing her to scream and sprint for her car, with the raccoon not far behind. While driving, the girl splashed him with water for fun, but he suddenly slammed the brakes and kicked her out. Despite his best intentions, the bartender misjudged the pressure on the tap, and with one wrong twist, he found himself backed into a corner as beer sprayed everywhere, creating a chaotic mess that had him scrambling to regain control. The strangest crash ever caught on camera. A man in a van lets someone pass, but a guy in a red car crashes into a station wagon, which then slams into the van. The station wagon keeps going and smashes the parked van like it's in a demolition derby. What's happening here? It's like a scene straight out of a romantic comedy. A couple in a supermarket pretend to fight, but if you watch the surveillance footage, you'll see they're actually just completely in love. A guy climbs onto the sink and holds a broken pipe with his finger to stop water from spraying everywhere, but suddenly the sink bursts, he falls off, and now water's flooding the entire kitchen like a tsunami. Chaos everywhere. This is a disaster in the making. A girl is guiding her drunk boyfriend to park, but instead of hitting the brake, he slams the gas and drags a white car backward, moving it one spot further away like he's trying to reverse a parking lot puzzle. Imagine over 100 trees tipping off a cargo ship into a lake. Watch the worker's reaction when he realizes all the cargo he was supposed to deliver is now sinking into the water. He's definitely not a happy camper. Like a deer caught in headlights, the guy stood frozen in the elevator, convinced he was stuck, completely oblivious to the fact that the doors behind him had opened, while a stranger casually stepped in, completely unaware of the panic happening right next to him. Having survived the longest shift of his life, the worker leisurely walked past the fridges, completely unaware that the ceiling had its own plans for the evening, turning the store into a chaotic set from a disaster movie. With the confidence of a seasoned roller skater, she zipped out of the house, but fate, apparently a fan of slapstick comedy, had other plans as she immediately lost her balance and fell next to a tree. It was as if he had come to try on some new outfits, only to realize that the selection wasn't quite up to his rugged, fur-coated standards. So with a huff, he gave up and left, probably looking for a snack elsewhere. In that moment, it was as if the universe had decided to turn an ordinary walk near the pool into a comedy sketch, with the man's splash echoing in the laughter-filled air, and the family unable to contain themselves as they watched the spectacle unfold, knowing full well that this would be a story to tell for years, especially when they reminisce about the time Grandpa became an unwilling swimmer in a way no one could have predicted. Thanks for sticking with us till the end. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an awesome moment. We can't do this without you. Your support means everything. Catch you in the next one.